providing resources and comfort to caregivers. This is Caregiver Crossing.
Oh, it's us.
It's you,
hello?
baby.
Good day, my friends.
Hello.
Hi, this is Caregiver Crossing, and I am Tina McIntosh in studio with my co-host
Terry Stacy.
and our lovely
Hi.
producer,
Noah Taylor.
Woo!
and some Kit Kats, and
Reese's
some
peanut-
Reese's peanut
We're in the
butter cups.
We're in the Halloween spirit.
We're in the Halloween studio here at Joy's House, bringing you Caregiver Crossing, which is a show brought to you by Joy's House and presented in partnership with Cardon and Associates. And we're glad that you're here. We talk all things caregiving. It's time for us to play some catch up. Not catch up, but catch
A little bit of mustard.
Oh.
catch up.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
you guys, I had dental work done, and my mouth is sore. And
I'm
you know,
sorry.
it takes me like a week or two to get past some like serious dental work. I'm a mess.
If I had dental work, I don't think I would be here today. I think
Just
I
stay
would
home?
be asleep.
Bye.
Yeah.
I'm out. So if I sound a little draggy, it's because my face is a little sore. But enough of that.
I'm sorry about your soreness.
Me too. It's
You'll
okay.
get through it. You'll be all right. You're
It's
a
fine.
champ.
It's mouth
You've
pain,
been through worse.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Yep,
whatever. What's going on with you guys? Tell me something good or not. Tell me something. Just tell me something.
I can tell you something very good.
Hi.
I got to go to one of my friend's weddings over the weekend. Just really lovely experience. It was actually my first time at a Greek Orthodox wedding,
Oh,
and it was very interesting.
Was
and
it?
The venue was lovely too. Very beautiful. Shout out to Jalen and Claire.
Oh, congratulations to them.
Congratulations.
My understanding of a Greek Orthodox wedding is beautiful ceremonies and party.
That's what I'm
Absolutely
thinking
both.
too.
Yeah, it
That's
was
my perception.
wonderful wedding. Even better reception.
Yeah, I'm sure. Time to celebrate.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. And Noah, you are, you're young, you're fresh in your career here at Joy's House. And so is this your first close friend to get married or have there been others?
I've had one or two others, but it's just like starting where all of my friends are starting to get married, and I think this is the beginning of it. Yeah.
I wonder, for the sake of like the show that we do here, where, all things caregiving, how often do we as caregivers stop and ask somebody, tell me about the first time you fell in love, or tell me about your wedding day, or you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, do we do that enough?
Do we do that enough? I don't know. I'm pretty nosy. I ask a lot of questions of everybody, and to
I mean,
the point
you
where
have
they
been an
ask me, they say,
interviewer
"Are
forever.
you interviewing me?" That's always the end question from them when they get to ask. When they finally get to respond, they say, "Are you interviewing me?"
Yes.
Because I'm pretty nosy, so I do ask those kind of questions. Probably not as often as I should.
But I just, like sitting
with
at
friends.
the dining room table,
Right.
if my grandmother were
Mhm.
alive, like I never asked her, tell me about the day you fell in love with
Yeah.
grandpa, or tell me about your wedding day.
Do
Unless
it while
she-
you can.
Right,
Do it while you can.
And yeah. So
Because we wait too long.
I told you that Jeff and I just got back from Scotland. I'm fully recovered from that wonderful vacation now. But one of the things, my husband, who I've been with for about 25 years, he played along with a little game with me where I said, while we were driving, we drove almost 1,000 miles that week in Scotland. And I said at one point, pretend we don't know each other and just tell me about your grandparents.
Oh, that's cool.
And he played, and it was great. And I remembered things that maybe I learned decades ago that I'd forgotten, or just learned new things. And it was really lovely. We did it for grandparents, parents, siblings, and cousins. And it
That-
was really fun.
And that was kind of a trip to go venture out and see where you came from, right?
Well, it was
For
very
him?
much for him. We're
Yeah,
Macintosh, and
right.
so, Macintosh.
Right.
And
I mean, he
we-
had a kilt. Didn't he get a kilt
He
and the
got a
whole
kilt
thing? Right. I
made.
mean, this was
Um,
such a great thing for both of you, but for him in
Yeah.
particular.
to
to
stand. We
see-
found the burial site of the 30th clan chief for his particular clan.
I love that.
And that was really cool. Like, to stand there and know that the Chief Lachlan had stood in that same spot
Yep.
and looked over the land. But just, so I found out that I knew I was a lot of Scottish too, but I found my heritage. And so I am Clan McFarlane. Yes, that's right.
That sounds very, very professional.
McFarlane.
Yeah,
Well,
it sounds.
it is. And yet I believe from my little research and people I talked with, we weren't maybe the nicest clan. Like, we would steal your sheep
Okay.
and your wife.
Ah.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a story about Tina, if I may?
I would
That's
love to
it.
hear
I'm
it.
leaving.
Let's tell the world.
Tina, several years ago, she wanted to know what she was, because all of her life she thought she was Native American.
I was raised Native American, Terry. I didn't think. I knew.
So she did the DNA thing, and she was so sad because I don't believe there was there any Native
Nothing.
American blood in her?
0%. Absolutely not a drop.
This is I'm not laughing.
No,
I
she
know it
is.
sounds like I am,
I
but
think I
it's
heard a little
so
chuckle.
relatable to so many because we all think by the stories we're told growing up, right? Like I'm 100% sure that I'm related to Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Terry, I had moccasins. I had an Indian chief.
I know
My
you did. And she
grandmother
did
and
from
her
love. She
second
wanted to
husband
be-
were married by our Indian chief in his backyard. Like,
She just knew. She just knew she was Native American, and she was so proud.
Look, it hurts me now, Noah.
I can see it.
It
still
doesn't
hurts
hurt her. It
after
doesn't
this
hurt
time.
me because look where you have found your true heritage.
No, I am Native American. No, but you know what I did find out is that, first of all, 23andMe apparently doesn't have enough in their database from Native Americans. And so
Oh,
those
no.
of us
Are
who
you
are
still
actually
thinking-
Native American,
Okay.
like me, maybe doesn't show
don't
up
have-
on our test results.
They don't have enough
It's a
statistics
true
yet.
story. No, I'm not looking at Terry. I'm not making eye contact
I
with
completely
her.
believe it.
So here's the other thing, and I know we really are going to get to the show, I promise. But the other thing is, I did find out that the Knox and Kaufmans, which were my people, when they were in Scotland and Ireland, they ended up coming through Canada, and I'm sure one of them hooked up with a native Canadian Indian. And that is my
Oh my
family.
gosh,
and
this
then they
is-
migrated down through Seattle. It all makes
This
sense
is why I
now.
love
This
her
sounds
so.
completely
This is
plausible.
why I love
I
her
completely
so.
believe
She's
you.
not giving it up. And I'm sorry that I brought it up again, but it was just she was talking about her heritage in Scotland, and I wanted to remember. It just came right back to me about that day you said to me, "Do you know what? I'm not Native American."
I don't think I ever said those words. Oh, it's
think
so.
you're making that up.
Look, Terry's crying over here. I should be the one crying. All right, so here's what's
Okay.
going to happen before we go.
Okay.
We do have a great guest with us. At the end of the show, we have a quiz, which I'm nervous about. And then we want to talk to you about some of your early detection and prevention for cancers, because that is very important. Before we go right here, I do want to tell you, Candace Haddaboss says hello to everyone.
Oh, hey to Candace. I saw
Hi,
her beautiful face.
Candace.
You know, she was in Florida, or
Yep.
is her home is in Florida after she left here.
Yep, that's right.
Went to Florida, and obviously because of the hurricanes, she evacuated, and we kept following her to make sure she was safe, and she is.
She's safe.
and
All is well.
all is
well. Sweet Candace, and she saw that somebody had posted on Facebook that they missed her on the show. Noah's doing a great job. It's easy to also miss Candace. We can do both,
Yep,
right?
we
Sure
all
you
miss
can.
Candace.
And they missed her, and so Candace was really touched by that and said, "Tell everybody I said hi." So
love you, Candace.
hi from Candace.
Hi,
You betcha.
Candace.
All right, we're going to take a break. We've got more to come. You're listening to Caregiver Crossing. It's a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you as a service of Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. There's locations in Broad Ripple and also near the University of Indianapolis campus. Joyce House provides exceptional day services for individuals living with a life-altering diagnosis and compassionate support for family caregivers throughout the community. At Joyce House, we believe that everyone deserves to live their very best life regardless of their abilities. You can learn more about our adult day and caregiver support services by calling us at 317-254-0828 or visit joycehouse.org today. That web address again is joycehouse.org. Stick around. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after this.
We are back on Caregiver Crossing. We're your hosts, Tina McIntosh, and
Terry Stacy.
in studio with our lovely producer, Noah Taylor.
Hello.
Hi, Noah.
Hello. And today on the phone, we have with us Audrey Augustinovicz, my favorite last name now.
Mine too.
And she is the visionary founder of Peaceful Journey. And so Audrey's passion for supporting individuals through the often, as we know, overwhelming healthcare process has made a profound difference in the lives of so many people. And we can't wait to dive into the incredible work that she's doing to bring peace and advocacy to those who need it most. So Audrey, thank you so much for being with us.
Hello there, and thank you for having me on today.
I want to know more. I think we all do about Peaceful Journey. Tell us about the mission and the vision and how long it's been around, where it came from, where it was born, the whole thing.
Great, and I'll be happy to share that.
Okay.
Actually, it has been a passion of mine to help get education out as much as possible through my entire nursing journey, which I have been at the bedside 33 plus years, and I'm still active and I still remain fully involved with patient care. But I decided back in April to open Peaceful Journey to help get the information out, but also to help people one-on-one, not just at the bedside, but maybe in the privacy of their own homes or in a church group or on poker night, and just answer questions, just general. Some people just have, hey, where do I go for this? For example, how do I know about resources about finding out about insurance information? Or, hey, I don't like the Medicare program, and I'm confused about some of the question, or excuse me, some of the subjects in the Medicare program. Or do I pick an Advantage or a part? Do I go outside the network? Those type of questions. And so I wanted to dive in and help provide that information. And it's, like I said, just been open since April, but have been wanting to do this for a long time. So it was timing. It was time to do it, and right now is the time.
So when you talk about these individual conversations with people, how do those typically go? Are they bursting at the seams with questions? Are they hesitant? Do they even know what to ask? I mean, how does that work?
Sometimes it's you don't know what you don't know. So I typically have topics of conversation, or what I like to call them as starters, and it depends on the need. For example, I have on my website I have a um, contact card information, and they can put a question or a topic in there, or people just call and they have questions. So sometimes it's something they've had and they need specific information on, like a resource, or hey, who do I call for additional medical supplies? Or on these conversations, I just go in on, say, a church night or ladies group, and I say, okay, I know what I'd like to talk about tonight, but does anybody have any burning questions to get us started? And sometimes it's how do I deal with a mom with dementia? Where do I go get specific medical supplies if I can't find them, or the doctor is unable to provide them through insurance and the insurance won't provide them? So it can range anywhere from something so simple to something so complex.
So I'm hearing you say all this, and all these thoughts are coming into my head. You're like, for those of us who have had to go through a healthcare journey, you're like a healthcare navigator, or you're also a geriatric consultant. You're like a personal concierge. Like, are
Hmm.
there words that you use to describe the work that you do?
I like the word advocate. So it's not, concierge is a great term, but I also want to be able to be available for everyone, not just private pay. So sometimes people hear concierge and they hear private pay. And you're right. It's kind of like I'm a resource center. It's kind of like
You,
how
you
I
are
like to.
you are a walking, talking resource center. That's what you are.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, it really is true. And Audrey, when we started out the conversation, it was about insurance, and you've kind of weaved this in and out throughout our conversation. But it is so challenging and it is so difficult. How does Peaceful Journey actually support clients with insurance, in particular, that particular topic?
My, and just to give you a little bit of background, not only am I a nurse, but I do have a healthcare law degree. And
Oh,
so
wow.
I have kind of an extended portion of digging into contracts. That's one of my favorites. And so I also like to go through explanation of benefits and look for things that weren't necessarily provided or given. Pure example, I had a family friend asked me in conversation. She said, hey, could you look at this explanation of benefits? We don't use these supplies, and I don't even know who this doctor is.
Mm.
So
Oh,
I looked
wow.
at it. Now, mind you, these are two older adults in their late 70s, early 80s, husband, wife, and each of their explanation of benefits used catheter supplies, $1,200 a month worth
Oh
for
my.
6 months.
Oh my gosh.
And I simply asked her, I said, when did you start using a catheter? Because I know this lady, have known her all my life since I was a little kid. And she looked at me funny. She's like, now, you know, I don't do that. I said, I know, but I'm just clarifying to make sure I can rebuttal this.
Wait a minute.
And so what I did,
Are you telling me I should be looking at my explanation of benefits?
I think we, yeah,
Well-
well, maybe. I mean, it
Uh-oh.
sounds
yeah,
like
this is a good example, because what I did for her is I actually wrote down the steps and allowed her to take care of it, because it was something very simple that she could do. It also was something like she needed to feel that empowerment that she could get it done herself. And so the doctor wasn't one of her docs, so she called her family doctor and appealed it. She called Medicare and appealed it to them as well. And lo and behold, the next month it was all taken off and reimbursed back on their bill.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad it was just that simple. I mean, it sounds like simple, right? But I mean, how many of us really
Yes.
are paying attention to these lengthy bills that come our direction? You just look at the bottom line and then you
Yes.
swear, and then you say, "That's what I've got to pay. This is what we got to do."
Right.
You don't really question it
And-
oftentimes.
You're right, and you're exactly right with that. And it was very simple, and it was taken care of in 4 phone calls.
Yeah.
And so that was great, and it was great to see that she actually followed through with it, and that people on the other side were receptive to her calling and questioning it.
Right.
Now, Audrey, do you get paid?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I have learned throughout my entire life, and I've been given the opportunities to go to seminars and to travel all over the country. I was a traveling nurse before settling back down. And I have an ER base of 30 years plus EMS. I was a cruise ship nurse, a flight nurse, and everything in between. And I feel very passionate about this, that I'm okay with giving back. If people just have questions, people have, hey, can you just show me how to do this? Or can you help me walk through this? I'm okay with that. It's when I obtain a guardianship, or when I obtain,
Sure.
helping contract work with, hey, can you help me with this? It's a little lengthier process, or we do an appeal and I'm involved with the appeal, then yes, I would actually receive an income from that. Insurance won't cover me. So it's one of
Right.
those, it's a private pay. But you know what? It's also, I'm rich in knowing that I can help people with this. And it has paid off, because I have been introduced to different collaborative partners. Actually, Applegate Dillman
Mm-hmm.
is one of my collaborative partners, Partners in Aging. And I have worked with Dr. Michael Miller. He's actually one of the hospice docs I work with. And so I've had all of these incredible people come in as partnerships where I can help them as well. And so
Well,
then that's where the kind of the difference in, I don't necessarily get paid for my talks, and I'm okay with that. If someone would like to donate, then I take those donations and pick, like this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I pick breast cancer awareness, and I take those donations from conversations or talks, and I pass them on.
I love it.
So
Audrey,
it's just it's a little.
you're just a good human. Audrey at Peaceful Journey. We're going to have to take a break. We will be back in just a moment with more from Audrey.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you weekly by Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We're here every week to bring you support, education, and hopefully a good laugh. Visit caregivercrossingradio.org to connect with us, hear past episodes, learn more about caregiver support resources in the community, and much, much more. That website again is caregivercrossingradio.org. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing shortly.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. Terry Stacy, along with Tina McIntosh, Noah Taylor, our producer. And on the phone, we'll continue our conversation with Audrey Augustinovicz. She is the owner of Peaceful Journey LLC. Thanks for hanging on with us, Audrey. I appreciate it. We still just have so many questions, and we'll start off with this one about family conversations and how rough those can be, really sometimes maybe more time. No, I don't know. I don't know what percentage. Tina, do you know percentage?
Often.
More times than enough.
Often.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
they can be really rough, especially regarding healthcare. So tell us about how Peaceful Journey actually facilitates those discussions to create a healthcare summary.
Well, I am a person that nothing's off limits. I'm willing to open conversations and be as upfront and open and honest with people as possible. And I've had people reach out where, hey, we need to talk about mom, but I don't get along with my sister, or my brother's out of state. How can we do this? And mom's not doing so well. So we kind of need to gather things together. Or I've had a wife and her husband and his brother didn't get along, but they were in separate states. So we just had a phone conversation just like this with multiple lines going. And I just get in there and find out I'm also a mediator. And so I kind of use those mediation skills in there and kind of dig down deep to is there a root of all the bitterness, first of all, without getting too invasive, but then also to find out, okay, the common denominator is what's best for mom or what's best for dad or whomever the person is. And with that, it doesn't have to be someone just of aging. It could be any age. Unfortunately, there are people that are, a couple of mine that are cancer and they're end of life and they're at 38 and 42 years old. So it's also not age discriminatory.
Well, that's the truth. And do you have maybe a success story that you're able to share?
Sure. Actually, the one I started to mention was, it's a friend of mine, and her husband's mom was in a facility, wanted to come home. Brother was not on the same page. And it was a matter of getting them all on the phone at the same time, allowing them to ask the questions and them to kind of guide the script per se and what they wanted to know. And then at the end, they're like, can you give us your thoughts? Can you give us what you think or how we should go about this? And so I asked them to grab a piece of paper and a pen or pencil. I said, here's the things I would like you to do. First of all, I want you to put mom at the top. I want you to branch off and put both of your names. What are you guys looking for as far as to be at peace with all of this at the very end of the day? When all this happens and mom is passed on, because she was actually in a hospice situation, and they were totally on different pages.
Mm.
Neither
That's a
one
great
of them
question,
wanted to be,
Audrey. I wish more people would ask those kinds of questions.
neither one of them wanted to be responsible.
Mm.
So therefore, she had no power of attorney. She was her own, and it was a matter of she didn't have much longer on the face of the earth, and so we actually kind of picked through pieces and parts. Can we get through the differences to focus on mom? Can we get through the bitterness between the two, focus on mom? And we kind of started where is she going to stay? Where is she going to be? And who are going to be her primary focus, like her power of attorney? Since she didn't have one, she needed one. So by the end of the conversation, we actually had a power of attorney, and they decided to do co-power of attorneys. The local one would be the first person of call, and the out of state would be the secondary call. And then kind of what the expectations looked like. And so then where would hospice come in? Where would care come in? And we didn't even talk about like companies. I mean, I have all kinds of resources for companies. We didn't even go that route yet. It was just, how are we going to simply start by talking to mom and letting her know this is kind of where we're going. And then they worked on it. They worked themselves, and I received a couple other phone calls with it. Hey, how do we do this? And kind of move forward. So it was a very easy going afterwards.
Thank you for sharing the story. I think it can be very relatable, and I think we can all learn from that story. Audrey Augustinovicz is with us. She's the owner of Peaceful Journey. Terry Stacy, also Tina McIntosh, and producer Noah is here with us. Let's talk about medical appointments. Do you go with clients?
I certainly can, and I simply am there as kind of like a translator. If it's the family wants to go and they just need another set of ears, just to explain it to them in layman's terms, or know what questions to ask while they're at an appointment.
You're kind of like an earth angel.
Thank you. I certainly try to help. And it may be a situation too where a sibling or a parent is out of state or out of town, or they just simply can't get to that appointment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to step in.
Wow.
So Audrey, you do a lot. I jokingly just said to Noah, you do so much. You're legal. You're a nurse. You have the ER experience. You've been a nurse on flights, you said, and on cruises. I said, is she also a florist, a pilot, maybe a circus clown, and a dog trainer? Like,
I bet she could.
you do it all. And so for you, this is a very personal thing. I mean, I hear you saying that you've done a lot of professional work in your life. This is still professional work, but that it's filling for you. And so what
Yes.
has been the most rewarding aspect? This, you're the owner of Peaceful Journey. This is a fairly new venture for you. What's been the most rewarding part for you?
I actually joined a networking group, and just to put myself out there even farther and to see the connection and to hear people that need the help. They know they need the help. They just didn't know where to go about getting it.
Yeah.
They didn't know that something like this existed or that someone would help.
It's just so hard to
And
navigate. And we're lucky that there are people like you in the community who will do that, both on the individual basis as a paid part as well, and then with your speaking engagements. And so if somebody was trying to get a hold of you, what's the best way for them to go about that?
I actually have a website, peacefuljourneyllc.com. And at the very bottom, there's a contact page. They can simply put their information in there. There's a little box to put in what they're requesting. I get an email directly, or they can email me directly, Audrey at peacefuljourneyllc.com.
That's
All right.
awesome.
Peaceful Journey LLC. Do not forget the LLC.
Yes.
.com. And just, in 30 seconds or less, or less now, any parting words for people who just might be hurting right now and who might just need a little extra boost from you today, Audrey?
There are people out there. There are resources out there available. Don't ever hesitate to pick up the phone call, make a phone call, or to reach out with an email. There are resources, and there are people willing to be on your side.
Great advice. Again, you can get a hold of Audrey by going to peacefuljourneyllc.com. Thank you so much for being here. We've got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Caregiver Crossing.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you as a service of Joyce House in partnership with Cardon & Associates. With locations in Broad Ripple and near the University of Indianapolis campus, Joyce House provides exceptional day services for individuals living with a life-altering diagnosis and compassionate support for family caregivers throughout the community. At Joyce House, we believe that everyone deserves to live their best life, regardless of their abilities. Learn more about our adult day and caregiver support services by calling us at 317-254-0828 or by visiting joycehouse.org today. All right, we'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing shortly.
So Terry brought back up my Native American, not being Native American
I
thing.
feel bad about her.
No, you
I
don't.
do. I don't.
You guys, she was crying so hard, or laughing so hard.
In
She was
sadness.
crying right before we came back on air.
In sadness.
In
because
sadness.
She
it's
opened
just a-
with it, and now she's going to close with it.
No, I won't. I won't. It's a story that I you know how you have your good friends, and there's just stories
I am your good
that,
friend.
right? You're my good friend, and that story, I've known you a long time. That's one of them I'll never forget.
Do you know what a good friend does
what's
in
that?
rebuttal?
No.
They give you the quiz. So here we go. Here we go.
Now
Noah,
it's
you can
all
play too.
you. All right,
That's
I'm ready.
right. I'm the quiz master. I didn't want to do it, so now I'm doing it. All right.
I think we should explain, what is this quiz? What are we doing this for?
You'll find out.
Oh, this will just okay.
So here's the quiz.
All right.
Number 1, you are a caregiver only if the person lives with you. True or false?
Oh,
You are a
that's
caregiver
false.
only if the person lives with you.
False. You can have a lot of loved ones who might not necessarily live with you, live in hospice, wherever, and you can be a caregiver for them.
You are correct that it is false.
We learned that from you, Tina, the great one.
Learn from the best.
Now she's kissing up. Do you think it's possible we're ever going to use the word caregiver too much?
Oh, slinging it around?
Right? We are just slinging it around.
I don't think that's right. I don't know.
Because everybody's going to be
curious.
a caregiver. Like, oh, my dog has
Right.
diabetes. I'm a caregiver. Like, I think the pendulum might, as it often does, swing a little too far, whichever way. All right. Next question. You ready?
Ready.
Caregiving can be physically demanding.
Oh,
True
my
or false?
Gosh, go ahead, Noah. You say it for both of us.
I'm going to say true because I know lifting a person is, I'm going to say almost impossible. It is very hard to do that.
It's hard to lift a whole
It
person.
is.
It's hard to do a lot of
And
physical things.
this is a conversation on social media right now about the aches and pains of being a caregiver physically, because so much attention is to your mental health, but the physical health too really takes its toll.
It is true. Caregiving can be physically demanding, and it's all the stuff. It isn't just the lifting out of a bed. It's bathing, it's dressing, it's toileting, it's walking, what we would call transferring one spot to the next. It is a lot. And as a matter of fact, caregivers often have death or ailments of their own as a result of caregiving. And so when we say to you, make sure you're accepting help, you're asking for help, you're learning how to do things safely, we mean it, you guys, because if you don't, it comes back to haunt you, whether it's tomorrow or it's in 10 years.
We need to look at and maybe spend some time talking about things that can help you physically be a caregiver. Things you can buy, things that are out there on the market that you don't even have time to know about that
Great idea.
can
that is
help
a really good
you
idea.
be a caregiver a little easier, if that's
Yeah.
a right word.
And we'll get to this in just a minute. And yes, I think that's a great idea for the show. So I'm pointing my red pen at everybody in the room.
That's all right.
All right, number
great
3. Caregivers are people who are 65 years and older. True or false?
Oh, I know.
Do it. Do it.
Noah Taylor in the corner. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I know it's false because I have a lot of friends who are my age who might be caring for their parents or their loved ones. So anybody really can be a caregiver.
Yeah, it's true. And as a matter of fact, the number of children under the age of 18 who are caring for parents or their grandparents is growing at astronomical levels right now in the United States. It's a big, big thing. And so, just be aware of that those kids can be caregivers too. So any age. Number 4, I should only have positive thoughts about taking care of my loved one, and my needs have to take a back seat. I'm going to repeat it. I should only have positive thoughts about taking care of my loved one, and my needs have to take a back seat. True or false?
That's false.
Yeah, if you think that is true, I want you to call me directly at 317-254-0828. Seriously, reach out to me, Tina at joyshouse.org. Let's have a conversation because it is entirely okay to not be okay. I mean, you're going to feel all kinds of things at any given moment. I'm a big advocate for not pushing those away. Like if you feel angry, feel it from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. You don't have to act out about it, but you can feel angry. And then when your body's kind of taking that in, your spirit's ready to move into something else, open up for the next emotion that's coming. But you're going to feel angry and resentful and frustrated. You've got to have ways to get those out. I've said this before. Our coworker Laura here at Joy's house always says, like, when I'm really mad, she'll go, "Do you want me to go get some ice and you can throw it against a tree?" I'm like, yes, or a rage room. One of the two would be just fine.
Have you ever been to a rage room before?
No, have you?
I haven't.
That sounds like a great.
Is it like
staff
axe
outing.
throwing?
No, it's where you go in and you break everything.
Oh, I have seen them. We have one in Indianapolis, I do believe, right?
Is
Where
it at
you
your
can-
house? Should I come to your house?
Right, it's just down the way. No, I think we have one where you
do.
can use sledgehammers and
Yes,
and
I'm in.
things.
break things.
That sounds
Yeah.
like so much fun. Maybe
Ooh.
little Joy's house trip to the rage room.
I'm in. I'm in.
Okay.
Also, we should do that as an outing for Caregiver Crossing and invite caregivers to
Should.
come.
Wonderful idea.
I love the idea.
All
Okay.
right, let
All
us know if you'd love to come to the rage room.
Email me, Tina at joyshouse.org. We'll figure that out. All right, last one for now. There is support available for family caregivers. True or false?
That is There is, or you saying there? Say it again.
Yes, there is support available for family caregivers.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
There
Yes.
is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no question.
And there are several places that have them. You're hearing more and more about caregivers because our state is putting a spotlight on caregiving right now, as should be. But email me, tina@joycehouse.org. I will connect you with whether it's Joyce House services that we have, Caregiver Way, which is visit caregiverway.com. Please go to it, check that out, visit caregiverway.com. Noah will connect that also on social media. Or if it's other services we or friends of ours have available, we'll put you in touch. And so we're going to have to close the show just here in a minute. We do want to talk very, very briefly about make sure you're talking with your medical professionals about early detection and prevention for cancers that, whether it's breast cancer, colon cancer, lung cancer, testicular cancer, neck cancer, and HPV positive head, cervical, prostate, skin cancer. See your doctor, talk with your doctor if something just seems out of the norm, because we want you to be well and stay well. And so I know I did that really fast, but we're going to have to run. We told you how to get a hold of us, and we have somebody we need to thank before we go.
Let's do it. Caregiver Crossing is supported by Cardon and Associates. Thank you, Cardon and Associates, with 20 continuous owned. Oh my goodness. With 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experiences, Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Until next time, everybody, take good care of each other.